it's like you come to a point like, you know what, bro, enough is enough, dog. Like, because if
so what we were speaking about earlier before we got on camera, remember what I said? Western society and the way it makes it easy to be a deadbeat. It makes it easy to say, when I say deadbeat, not that you're literally not doing anything. It makes it easy for you not to be present in a child's life. Because it seems, well, if I'm not here, she'll probably get child support, she'll probably get food stamps, she'll probably be okay. Mm-hmm. The kid will probably be okay because the mother's going to have all this help.
The government.
Versus me going through, walking on glass, on hot coals, touching fire, just to be in my kid's life for 20% of the time.
Look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my name.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is B.O.K, CEO, aka Ben Hilaire. I am the host of the B.O.K podcast, Brotherhood of Kings. And right now we have a special guest with me today. We're going to cover him a lot about his career, fatherhood, marriage, all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of insight. So overall, let me kind of break down what the podcast is. So the podcast is a brand new podcast that I just launched. Pretty much, it's about, fatherhood being empowered, being celebrated. A lot of, in society, we don't really promote good fathers enough and say thank you or, provide a group of like support for fathers in general. And I think this might be a new thing where we can really get great insights into what it is to be a great father, but also, what's missing as a father, right? 'Cause a lot of time, we don't get asked, hey, what do you need help with?
Right.
I'm trying to say, so we kind of like want to cover that entirely off the podcast, but do your thing, tell me who you are, your name, and so on.
All right. I'm Clermond Cemoin. Most people call me Clip. Father, husband, entrepreneur, brother, lover of the world. But simply put, I'm honestly just a hardworking man trying to make it in the world, for real. I love my kids. I love my wife. I love being out in the world, period, which means I love my freedom. Mm-hmm. So I try to do everything, anything to keep it. But more simply put, I'm here to answer whatever, talk about whatever, and hopefully give a little bit of clarity on how it feels to be appreciated as a father, husband, and a man.
That's real. That's real. Let's bring it back to the beginning. So, where are you from? I mean, like, are you a Zoe?
I'm Haitian. Yeah. So I'm Haitian through and through. Mother and father both Haitian from the island. Yeah. I grew up in Boynton, close to Delray, so I was on the border and whatnot. I'm a Boynton bound baby all day, every day. Went to Atlantic for high school, so I love my Delray folk too.
Where you went?
2010, I graduated. 2010. Yep. Played with Hatch and them on the field. Loved running track. Always been a hustler. And that's little beginning stages of becoming the person I am today.
Okay, so now back then when I was growing up in Delray and even in school, they were like this big, Yanks versus Did you go through that as well? Yeah. I was slapped down in the middle of it. Oh man.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those. I might not have been Haitian enough, but I definitely wasn't American enough. But I definitely didn't give a fuck. So it's definitely one of those. If you cool with me, you cool. And if you not, you not. I mean, I throw hands just like the rest of them. Yeah. So I say this, it was a fun and eye-opening experience. 'Cause I hung out with a cool kid, a cool white boy, Patrick. And him were real cool throughout middle school and whatnot. So that was one of those relationships where I didn't see color, race, or creed or nothing like that. I just seen a real cool homeboy who always had my back, willing to throw hands with anybody, anywhere. So that opened my eye to a lot of things, a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think one thing that kind of really helped stop that beef is because our generation, like with me and you, we start becoming cool with more than just
yeah.
I think, and then same thing vice versa with them, they start becoming more cool with us. So I think that unity helps us really cut that beef out. Because at the end of the day, bro, we all black.
Yeah, we lived in a lot of the same neighborhoods, went to a lot of the same games. So it turned into a point where we got too old to keep seeing each other and they keep being the problem. So, and
then now, so growing up with Zoes, one thing about Zoes is it's very universal. Like even though I didn't met your parent, I can tell you like how they are.
Right? So, it ain't. Haitians really don't deviate from their behavior as parents. I say that for sure.
So, but for you though, like, so how was it though in your household? Like, because in order to become, to me, I believe a great father, sometimes you could witness a great father, or vice versa. If you don't have that.
So I've always said this. I've always said that my mother was very lucky that I had a lot of positive male influences in my life. And it wasn't that that's what was in front of my face. That just what appealed to my nature. Mm-hmm. I say it like that because I hung out with the dope boys. I seen my friends, older brothers, even sisters hanging and slaying and doing their thing. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Which was cool. Mm-hmm. But then when I looked at what I call corporate thugging, blue collar folk, mm-hmm. they were hustling. But to me, they looked better. They had on suits and ties, and they pretty much, like a perfect example, I always say, shout out to the sisters, because y'all taught me this. Me and my parents lived across the street from this family. The dad, Eddie's sister, had a lawn company. He had a few sons and a daughter. I grew up seeing him grow the company to the point where every son had their own truck. Every Monday they had spaghetti night. Every holiday they had a party. Every weekend there was something going on. So when I seen that kind of structure, and I thought, damn, I'd like to die. Just every Monday is spaghetti night. Every weekend's a party. Every holiday everyone wants to come over here. That camaraderie and that bond and that family togetherness was crazy to me. Crazy, because I had a mother who worked 12-hour shifts, 7 to 7. Before that, it was 3 to 12. So when I came home from school, she was going to work. And I'd probably stay out till 11, 12 until I knew right before she came home. I had a stepdad who worked all day. And then he did a newspaper overnight, which he's another person I looked up to because when I was like 12, 13, he let me go to the newspaper with him to fold them up, put them in the bag, and throw them out. That taught me hard work because at the end of every night, he would pay me. So between those examples of that, again, even though the thugs, the hustlers, that's not all I saw. So I always told my moms, you really did get lucky because at the end of the day, this is what appealed to my nature versus what was the common consensus for people to just gravitate to. It didn't matter to me that they were white, brown, fair, black, whatever. It just looked better. It looked like more fun versus honestly hanging on the block, slinging crack and doing whatever. That never looked cool to me. It always looked like you were either struggling, running, or you were somewhere you didn't want to be.
Exactly.
So I learned early on, again, going to Monday night spaghetti nights, parties on the weekend. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Oh, I like that.
You feel me? Early on as a youngin', I felt good to go to their parties. I didn't feel like I had to be told or I wasn't wanted. It just felt like an easy invite.
So having that male role model around you, both you saw the bad and you saw the like, yo, this is the good.
Yeah. So
having that kind of shaking, because at the end of the day, we become product of
yeah, for sure.
A lot of young black kids, young black men, young black boys, we fall into the negative part because it looks more appealing. So it sounds like you got to step that and all, right? Which is good because at the end of the day, a father is a father, role model is a role model.
Yeah.
Great. Now, not having that biological father, did that affect me anyway? Looking back now, that you look, that's your father, your son. So,
in a sense, yes. But as I got older, no. Because, so my biological father wasn't there in the aspect of he wasn't physically there. I didn't really know who he was, blah, 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 whatever.
And it's not because he was, he didn't pass away at the time.
No, it's just, he just wasn't there. It just, in a physical sense, he just wasn't there. He wasn't dead or anything or out the country or anything like that. It was just one of those situations, him and my mother they just didn't mesh, which is fine. It's just what it is. That's life. As I got older, it turned into I can't be mad at someone that literally did nothing for me or nothing to me. He didn't intentionally hurt me, but he also didn't intentionally was there. So it's one of those situations I kind of got to just leave it where it's at and take it for exactly what it is. So I can't be mad at someone that didn't literally do something to me to make me some kind of way. Was it missed? You can say that, but also, like I said, I looked up to a whole lot of people. God rest his soul, one of my mentors, Mr. Rosine, he was my computer teacher in elementary school. he used to take me home after computer camp. So even just seeing stuff like that, like he didn't have to do that. He had no reason to do it. But as a man, seeing a child who needed a little bit more help or a little bit more guidance, you took that upon yourself to do so. So seeing and having those kind of examples, I tend to do the same thing. When I see the potential in someone, kids or even adults as well, I kind of tend to push it on them, be like, yo, I see you pursuing this. Just push a little bit harder and you got it.
Cool. Okay, number one, let's touch on you not being upset or mad at somebody you never met that did do nothing for you. Or
I was. I'm not gonna say that I never was. I most definitely was at one point. It was you could say pretty much puberty, teenager. Because it's one of those, well, why weren't you here? Well, what reason do you really have to not be here right now? Yeah. When you see, especially with American television, how they make things seem how it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be like this nuclear family where it's mom, dad, kids, house, job, come home after 5, dinner, blah, 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 whatever. And that ain't the reality for a whole lot of people, if not most people. So it turned into a situation where I know you had the ability to do so. Why didn't you? The first time, I want to say the first time, probably the only time this question was ever asked to him directly, I was given an excuse of, well, your mother. It was and to me, even at that, I was probably, I want to say 18, 19 when him and I had this conversation. And honestly, it was a big fuck you to him from me. Because even then, I wholeheartedly believed, as much as I do now, if not even more, that you are capable of doing anything that you choose to do if you want to do it. Whatever venue, avenues you may have to go to, you're going to do it. Because there was a moment in time where he sent older sister to come pick me up, go school shopping. I went to go see him, blah, blah, blah. So I have that in my memory bank. The fact that I had that in my memory bank and him telling me that he couldn't, or because of this person, I then rebutted with, well, when you did this one time, you could have kept doing it. Mm-hmm. So that in itself was me justifying why I was pissed off at him. Mm-hmm. As I got older, I let those feelings go because it didn't matter. Yeah. At the end of the day, you did nothing to me. Yeah. I don't know what kept you from me. Yeah. But at this point in my life, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. What's that doing for me? Yeah. Nothing. So when I had my daughter, you could say maybe 2 years after I had my daughter, I remember my sister telling me that he texted and said, I'll probably never see that kid. And see my daughter. Yeah. Right. So in my head, I'm like, what you and I have going on, we got nothing to do with this little girl. Mm-hmm. Let me show you this. And I made sure that my sister took her to go see him, got pictures, whatever, because I'm never going to stop a good relationship developing with my kids. Yeah. If your relationship is great, perfect, you treat them well, they're getting some kind of substance from you, I'm fine with that. You and I don't have to be on the same page. As long as we're on the same page about this right here. Yeah. This is what matters.
So in his mind, he was thinking that, okay, since you and him, then, you know.
Since we have beef, that's going to go ahead towards the other. Yep.
But now, you said a lot of key points, but I'm going to play like different kid. I'm going to put back a little bit, right? Yeah. Because you're right, a lot of times, you know, because we have both deadbeats and better baby mamas, right? Mm-hmm. Moms, as you can say, right? So it's 50-50. Don't think it's only the deadbeats get highlighted.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
So now, he said one thing. He said, I wasn't around because of your mother.
Right.
Right. Now, from somebody that went through this battle, still going through it, one thing I've learned about this whole thing is that sometimes a father will be like, you know what? Keep the kid, though.
It's easier.
No, but here's why.
It's easier.
But let me tell you why they finally give up. Because you have to understand, the law, that's back then too. The mother, well, I don't know if you're born here. So I don't know if they was involved with the state, but battle. No. Most Haitian don't do that. No. It's like, you come to a point like, you know what, bro? Enough is enough, dog. Like, because if I
so what we were speaking about earlier, before we got on camera, remember what I said, Western society and the way it makes it easy to be a deadbeat. It makes it easy to say, when I say deadbeat, not that you're literally not doing anything. It makes it easy for you not to be present in a child's life. Because it seems, well, if I'm not here, she'll probably get child support, she'll probably get food stamps, she'll probably be okay. Mm-hmm. The kid will probably be okay because the mother's going to have all this help. The government. Versus me going through walking on glass, on hot coals, touching fire, just to be in my kid's life for 20% of the time.
Yeah, just to fight for all
You
that.
see what I'm saying? So I understand the weight of going through the battle versus just not. It's always easy to choose the latter.
But it's like, but you have to keep that in mind too, is that at one point, because here's how I see it. A man, we're not built to keep going and keep back and forth for decades without snapping. Right? Because
men are problem solvers and women like to talk about the problem.
There you go. So if we like constantly staying in the courthouse, spending crazy, I spent 50 bands for my daughter, bro.
I understand.
2 years battle.
Yeah.
Going 3 years now.
Yeah.
Most men don't have that kind of money, number one.
Right.
Had to get like credit card debt, loans, X, Y, and Z. I'm in debt right now because I had to fuck my kid.
Right.
Even after my court order, you know what I'm saying, she still denied me to my time share.
Right.
So as a father, they're like, bro, like, this might make you go insane and crazy.
No, but it should, honestly.
Exactly,
it
right?
Should. Yeah.
So most men, I'm listening about this is your episode, right? I'm trying to put it in perspective because someone might be going through what I'm going through versus both sides. You might be like, you know what, bro? Enough is enough, dog. Because if I snap and I do something, she won't have a mother or a father.
Sure.
You know what? I'm gonna just walk away. Because the law's on your side. You know what I'm saying? You get free lawyer, free attorney, free court fees. You have a whole squad, a whole team. And you not only your father, but you keeping the child away from you as a punishment. True. So I'm not saying that's what your mom did. I'm trying to put that perspective.
No. So as I got older, I understood the caliber of woman that my mother could be. And I say it like that because I held my mother on this white pedestal of pureness that you cannot do no wrong. As I got older, I had to realize that, and this is just my mother, it's just people in general. Everyone has their ways, their isms, their little quirks and things that either help them better themselves, how they interact with people in society, or help them kind of keep separating themselves from people in society. As I got older, I learned that my mother is one of those individuals that her opinion, and you can, I'm sure you can attest to this as being of Haitian descent, their opinion is fact.
Yeah.
What they feel is law. And that's just not the world. And how I grew up very black and white, regardless of how she saw the world. I always saw the world as very black and white. It's either facts and opinions. Facts are an undisputed thing that you know to be true. Everyone has an opinion. Most people don't give you facts. Like me and my wife have this thing I always say, if we are having a disagreement or some kind of discussion that involves our feelings that our emotions are heightened, we don't give an opinion. We don't say this is kind of cool or this is kind of bad. No, I tell us a 3-step process. Here's what happened. Here's how we feel about it. And here's how we moved on. Anything in between that is bullshit. Yeah. Anything in between that is mud. It makes it messy and it makes it super complicated. Here's what happened. Here's how we feel about it. And here's how we move on. Though that 3-step process saves a whole lot of shit. Yeah. And I had to learn, I put it and instilled in myself that it's either facts or bullshit. Not bullshit like it doesn't matter, but it's either feelings, opinions, and all things. Shit that doesn't pay the bills. Exactly. Like I tell my wife, this doesn't pay the bills. Yeah. This hard facts, concrete, this pays the bills. And the emotional bills, the spiritual bills, the literal bills. Because at the end of the day, I can't do shit with your feelings. Yeah. I can't do shit with your opinions. Exactly. What do you want me to do with this?
Exactly. Look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my neck, look at my neck, look at my guap, look at my guap, look at my waist, look at my waist, look at my glock, look at my glock, look at my.
Hello there. Hope you're enjoying this amazing episode. But for now, let's take a quick little break to go over this amazing company called Menbuse. So what is Menbuse? Menbuse is a 501c3 nonprofit company that's providing support and empowerment to fathers and their children. We're doing that by providing legal support, brotherhood support, career support, and many, many, many more. So how can you help spread the word about Menbuse? Simple. Share the website, www.menbuse.org. Number one. Number two, share our podcast, B.O.K, the Brotherhood of Kings podcast. And another way you can also spread the word and really help us grow and achieve our goal is by donating to our great cause. That can be between $25, $10, $1,000, whatever your heart desires, whatever God put in your heart. We will be grateful, even if it's like $1 or 50 cents. Any funds we receive from this donation will go strictly towards Menbuse's overall mission, which is to prevent kids in the world from growing without their fathers. All your funds will go towards providing legal support to fathers, providing funds to help fathers get school supplies and school clothing, diapers, and so on. But that's it for now. Let's get back to this amazing episode, and I'll see you guys next time.
Really nothing serious that's rattling my brain. Really nothing that's, I get teary-eyed thinking about it, bro, because it's one of those situations where I knew right then and then, this is the life I really do want.
Yeah.
But it's not the life I ever saw for myself. And one of the main reasons why is because I got this woman by my side.
Look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my neck, look at my neck, look at my guap, look at my guap, look at my waist, look at my waist, look at my claw, look at my claw, look at my wrist.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is boy B, the CEO, aka Benzalel. Welcome back to part 2 on our new podcast, B.O.K, Brotherhood of Kings. Last time we covered, my dog, like early childhood, growing up, the family household. And then one thing we have to cover is the second life, the current life, that marriage life. You know what I mean? So, even though we mentioned last time before this part, for those that probably might just coming in, tell me who you are.
Clermond Cemoin, most people call me Clip, father, husband, entrepreneur, and touch base on everything else.
Awesome. So last time we left off, you kind of explaining that you knew it was risky to get married.
Right.
But you still dive into it because your wife that you have now was worth the risk, which I love, right? And then to kind of start off on that, and to kind of like find out like that risky part. Like this morning I read online that somebody said, men are not afraid of marriage, they're afraid of divorce.
Mm-hmm. Very
right?
true.
So with that being said though, does that cross your mind? Like, I'm not trying to put any bad energy.
No, you good.
So I also want like the men from both sides, like that love marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I grew up, seeing both my dad, my mom married, from like till the end, right?
Right.
So, but what's your take on that? For any man that's like, I want to get married, but I do have that fear.
I mean, it's just like anything, bro. No risk, no reward. At the end of the day, you got to be confident in what you're doing. Like I always say, in any given situation, any relationship, business, personal, otherwise, as long as you yourself are putting your best foot forward, you really don't have any regrets. Because at the end of the day, people always think about, oh man, but I wasted so much time. You had fun most of the time, right? You were hanging out. It's just now within this moment, it seems like it was a waste. But while you were doing all these things, you were enjoying yourself, you were learning about yourself, you were doing something new, and 9 times out of 10, you were having a good time. Because it couldn't have all been bad, or we wouldn't be here in the first place. So the fact that it was okay in the beginning, not so okay in the middle, and now it's over at the end, that doesn't mean you failed. That just means it worked for you in this moment of time. Like they always say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's always somebody out there for somebody. But you also have to put that energy out there that you want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, I definitely love that. Now, as far as the aftermath and the divorce, what about the man that's like, if she divorced me, she'll take half of everything.
I mean, that depends on how you set up your financial wheelhouse. Because then at the end of the day, you can set things up to where, what God forbid, things fall apart. She goes back to whatever she had, and you go back to whatever you had. But whatever y'all built in the midst of getting to this point should be split down the middle. Because regardless, like I look at it like this, the fact that my wife is able to be home with the kids as much as she is what allows me to work as much as I work. So regardless if she's not out there making a crap load of paper, but she saved me a crap load of time. Because you have to remember, I also come from the background, I was a single father for quite some time, so I know how much time it takes to take care of a single child, how much time it takes to put in that love and that caring. So it's like I say, it's not about the money. It really ain't. Because you could have people who grew up the poorest of the poor, but they think about how their parents were there. How they always had an uncle that was there or an auntie that was there. That time means more than anything. So when she puts that time in with them, so I can put that time in out here, now we can both put that time into our family.
Yeah, that is well said. Right?
Yeah.
That's well said. But that goes into finding the right one. Because you know what I'm saying, like a lot of women might not be like your wife. True. You know what I'm saying? Doing the actual like wife being duty type of role. So I think it's great, man. And which kind of like we'll piggyback on that to say, how did you meet your wife? She sounds great and amazing.
So
how did you teach your wife?
Well, I was laughing about, so anytime, it's funny because like anytime we go to like a restaurant or so, or I gotta make reservations, I always put like it's our like 20th anniversary. And then people be like, well, how did you meet? And I'll say something stupid like we met on ex-muslimchristianmingle.com for people who used to be Muslim and now we're Christian, but we don't know what it is. That's not really how it happened. How it really happened was, so I used to work in an adult novelty and sex shop. From what I remember, what she tells me is, I used to do live, so I used to sell the products, explain them, blah, 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 whatever. She had a friend of hers that kind of pointed me out. And from there, I don't know who DM'd who first, but we went on our first date at ER Bradley's in West Palm. And from there, the rest is kind of history. I will say this, though. I know one reason, probably the main reason, that my wife and I were able to get to where we were is I, as a man, was completely and utterly honest in every step of the way with her. From the top of the top, from the first spoken word before we got our drinks. I was completely and utterly honest to the point where maybe I was too honest, but I don't believe in that either. Because there's a point where, because it's like when people say, well, you're not supposed to tell the truth all the time. Like, well, someone holds a gun to your head and says, those situations don't really happen. So honesty is always going to be the best policy. So I know that being what I feel to be as the way a man should lead, that honesty made it a lot easier for her to follow and to be by my side in a sense. Because now she has that confidence, well, he's never going to lie to me. So I have to take it at face value.
Yeah. And I also feel like, too, when you being honest with someone, you open up, they in a way forced to be honest as well and open up as well. You know what I'm saying? And I like that because a lot of times us men, you know, I'm guilty of that too. When you first go on the first date and whatnot, we're not showing our true self. Nobody is, whether it's the women or the men, bro. We put on that. It's like going to dropping.
Right.
You don't really say who you really are.
Yeah.
You know,
the fact that I did is probably one of the reasons. Because she'll always say, you remember when you said on first date? I'm like, what? I'm only paying for this the first time because it's our first. Yeah. I was being honest, but then that goes into the fact of, was I being too honest?
Yeah.
No, I was being, because I gotta see where your head is at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So if I say something like that and you say, well, I'll never go on a date with you again, so you probably not the type of woman I want to be with. You see what I'm saying? So me being honest and saying, well, I'm only paying for this because it is the first date, not like as a man I'm obligated to, but don't expect this again. Yeah, and what you said when you said it to her, what was her like response? It was that's fine because I can pay for my own. That's real. Oh, okay. Now we can start the conversation. That's real. You see what I'm saying? So now it's not a pissing contest now. Now it's okay, that's your truth. Yeah, that's fine. Here's mine. Okay. So how long ago was that? How long you guys been together? We've been together 3-4 years now. Okay. Yeah. So. You guys started, I guess, the whole talking stage? At first, it wasn't even like, you could call it a talking stage, but again, I was completely honest. I'm fine with how things are right now. I don't need no more, no less. Men, be honest, because I was very honest with my wife. I told her, you are the only person I'm fucking right now. But if I do plan on fucking someone else, I will let you know. Straight up. I'm not gonna lie to you. What's the point? We're not together like that. We're not married. We don't got no kids together. Why am I gonna sit here and bullshit you? Because at the end of the day, I want to know if you're gonna let another nigga fuck. Yeah. Because I've always been one woman at a time kind of guy. Because I don't have no time for all the extra shit. Because it really does take time to deal with multiple people. It costs a lot. I'd rather spend that time on some money, making some money, than make they come back to me. So even with stuff like that, I don't need to meet your family. I don't need none of that. I'm fine with how things are right here, right now. Yeah. So you could say a few months later, one of our first trips was to Detroit. I took her to Detroit because I had already go to Detroit because I was looking at investment opportunities at properties over there. So me being the type of guy I am, I'm like, well, normally it's like travel by themselves. So I was like, well, shit, you want to go to Detroit with me? Mind you, we haven't known each other for more than 6 months, if you or less than that. Long story short, her mom said something like, well, you don't know if this guy's going to kidnap you and take your kidneys, which is I told her, she's very true. She's very right. She ain't lying. I could very much be trying to kidnap you, take your kidneys, or put you in the sex game or whatever. Obviously, that's not what happened, but that shows the fact that I was always honest. And I'm a very confident person. I'm not cocky. I'm just very confident in things I say and the things I do, because I try to do everything with as much information as possible. So I feel like the combination of those two things and me just genuinely being a good guy, because one of the things she said that attracted her to me was me being a great father. So with that, having that family aspect already, being honest, and having confidence in the person that I am and the things that I do, were all things that helped her make the decision of, I really don't know him like that, but how bad could it be? Exactly. You feel me? What's gonna happen? What's the worst that can happen? We have a bad trip. I got to go to Detroit. Now we're back home. You see what I'm saying? So all those factors, as small as they may be individually, create this bigger picture for her to come into the room.
And you said one key thing too. She was into you because, well, one of the reasons why, because you are a great father. Yeah. Right. And having that as well, even having a daughter now, I noticed that, like, before I thought, I have a kid, But girls love you more when you bring Yeah. I'm not like, yeah.
Because you got to remember, being a deadbeat is almost glorified. It's put out there so much it's just like if it's always raining in Seattle, as soon as you see some sunshine, you're like, holy shit, it's a great day.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So now when you're used to nothing but deadbeats, you used to your friends talking about deadbeats, you used to deadbeats just being a normal thing. Yeah. And now you on social media, you're like, is that a real father?
Yeah, right.
It's like seeing a unicorn. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Even though it's an abundance of us out here, we just don't get put on a pedestal.
Exactly.
Like shitty situations. And I'm going to say shitty situations because negativity is always easy to shine the light on. Exactly. Negativity is always more entertaining.
They love it.
So
now you got 7 kids in total.
Yes.
So you met her
with 5.
With 5.
Yeah.
Now let's we got some hard questions.
No, you could. Go ahead.
Now you walk into it. So when you met her the first day, she said, "Hey, I have 5 kids." Like, were you aware?
Yeah. I want to say I knew before we had our first date, but we definitely were very clear about where we are in our lives on our first date. She let me know she had 5. Obviously, she knew I had 1, and we just pretty much went from there.
Okay, and then now, even though you have 1, you walking into 5 kids, right? For any man, that's.
Well, remember in the beginning, I wasn't walking into anything. I told her I don't want to meet nobody. I need to know that I like it just how it is right now.
That's insane.
You see what I'm saying? So it was never I'm only coming over after 9, 10 o'clock. You feel me? Or I'm coming over on the weekends when you don't have them. I'm intentionally not meeting that other part of your life.
I see.
Yeah.
But now when y'all started getting serious though,
Detroit. I can tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the exact moment. We were in Detroit. I want to say we were in Ford's Garage Restaurant. She was sitting across from me, and my words were pretty much exactly this. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm cool with how things are. You can take out your birth control if you want to, and we can go ahead and get the thing going. How you feel? Shout straight up. I don't know how else to be. You feel me? It's almost one of those. I'm rocking with how you rolling, so let's just make this thing be what it is, and you're gonna be my one and only, and I'll be your one and only, and we'll see how that works. And if not, then if so. So we pretty much went from there, and yeah.
And then before then, though, you haven't met her kids yet. She haven't met your daughter yet.
No, no. She's probably seen her in passing. She and the girls probably came to like 1 or 2 birthday parties. You feel me? Just to show face and whatever, just to be nice. But other than that, no.
Okay, and we'll get into more the amazing part of a marriage, but I do want to like cover this the both you having a child, you having
the family dynamic, right? Yeah.
So because it is a hard thing to combine at first, because a lot of time the good thing is you came in without a baby mama involved,
right? Very true.
Because a lot of fathers that goes into marriage or even relationship, they have that bitter baby mama. Yeah, that causes hell.
I'm either or, both. Bitter baby mama, bitter baby dad.
You're jealous, right?
Yeah.
So now, but I'm just saying overall, you came in without that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? So I want to know, did she come in without that as well?
Pretty much. I mean, you can say a motherfucker might have changed some type of way or gotten their feelings, but it wasn't nothing that we ever let affect us as a couple and a family and as a whole. We were very, very confident and content with how we have structured our family dynamic for sure, without any outside sources of help or aid or input. We don't let outside sources dictate what goes on in our home. So that's a big, big thing for us.
Okay, and then were her children receptive from you when you came in? Were they like?
I honestly let it naturally run its course. It was honestly like a television situation. Older kids have a little bit more of a difficult time because obviously they know who that other parental unit may or may not be, whatever in regards to that relationship, versus where younger kids, it's a lot easier for them to get acclimated to things because they're still in that younger development stage of life where change happens so often that as long as something is consistent, they're probably going to be okay. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? As long as there's a consistent, some kind of positivity or whatever, or they'll probably come around sooner than the older kids because the older kids have that background information. They have the facts. They have knowledge. They have those past feelings of whoever, whenever, however, versus these kids, the younger, only have an X amount of feelings, not enough that's gonna help them make a decision further on in life. They haven't experienced enough to be solid in this one choice to say, no, I don't like them because I lie. I know I'm fucking with my. You get what I'm saying? They're not hardwired like that yet. You feel me? The wires are still open, they're still fresh. You can still kind of tweak them a little bit and play with it. Yeah. Versus when you're dealing with older kids, just like older people. Yeah. What do they say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can. It's just going to take a lot longer. Yeah. Take more time, more patience, more perseverance, more consistency. So that's pretty much what it was.
Now for the older kids, like what age was the oldest one?
Our oldest will be 21 this year.
Okay, and then when you met her, like it's like
17, she was 17, 16, yeah.
And so now, there might be a father out there, just a man out there, going to this or something very similar, and have an older kid to deal with. What did you do to kind of like, I'm not trying to work convince.
I was consistent, bro. I'm going to just be real blatant. I was just, there's a commercial. I don't know if it's Geico or also whatever. It's a daughter and a stepdad. It starts off from when she's little, of him giving her like a first gift, like a birthday present. She kind of looks at him and is like, thanks, Tom. And they keep going down the years. So let's say it started off when she was 12. Now she's 18, graduating college, graduating high school. In her graduation speech, she's saying, I like to thank my parents, my mom, and he's not my biological father, but he's my dad. From 12 saying, oh, thanks, Todd, to I like to thank my parents, including Todd, my father, who da-da-da. That's being consistent and persistent, not giving up, and knowing that you have nothing but good intentions for this person. And regardless of how they feel, that's not going to trump what you're doing. Because what you're doing are the facts. Their feelings, that's water, that's liquid, that's nothing. I'm not saying it's not important, but regardless of how they feel, you're still doing what you have to do as a father, as a man, or whatever, to be there for them in every way, shape, or form. I told my daughter something, I think it was 2 days ago. I said, I work as hard as I work for y'all because honestly, when I'm gone, I want you guys to miss me. Like, not miss me and it hurts, but miss me because of how much good times we had. Because you know how hard I work for you. Because you know if I was here, God forbid that ever happens anytime, if I was here, you know I'd be right here next to you, still be proud, still supporting you. I want you to miss me when I'm gone. Not miss me just because I'm gone, but you really miss the atmosphere that you feel me? Not a hole that needs to be filled, but just a void that, you know, damn, if my dad was here. You know what I'm saying? That's my mission. That's what I work hard for. Because I need to be the example and the pinnacle of what a man should be in their lives. Not just my daughters, but my sons as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm the first example of what a man should be. No matter what they see out in the world, if I'm fucking up, it creates a narrative that's okay for them to fuck up. Because even when I do mess up, they see how hard I am on myself. Let alone how hard I am on them when they do something wrong. Because then it's one of those situations, if I can't beat myself up about it, how am I going to beat my kids up about it? It makes no sense. That's being a hypocrite. And that's something I don't believe in because children believe in what they see. What you say is 30% of the battle. What you do is a whole nother 100% of the category. Because they always go, well, my dad did, you know, when I, and you see what I'm saying? So it's super easy for me to teach my son the value of being a hard worker man when he sees me working hard every day. When I can tell him things like, when you see me wake up in the morning, what do you see me do? You see me just sitting there watching TV? You see me, what do you see me do? You're working out or you're reading or exactly. I'm trying to set an example for how you should perform as a man, the way you want your kids and your wife to look at you when you're older. That's the example I want you to do. I tell them every time, anytime I yell at them, this is all my kids. If I yell, cuss, scream, or anything, within the first 30 minutes of me doing that after, I'm giving them an explanation. I'm letting them know what they did wrong. And I'm letting them know why I'm coming at them, how I'm coming at them. I let them know that how I'm coming at you right now is a soft version of how the world's going to come at you. Don't ever think I'm just doing things just cause. I'm trying to build you into a person that can take almost anything, but you can still deliver everything, regardless of what you're going through. I say, because as a parent, it's my job that you guys don't know what's actually going on behind the background. It's supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows, but it's also my job to let you know that's not always sunshine and rainbows, so you can be prepared for that.
Life is hard, man, when you get out to the real world. So now, you guys combine now. Okay, let me ask you this. So when did you know what? I want to marry this person. Because you didn't have to get married. You could have just,
it's not even that I knew I wanted to marry her. It's more so I knew I wanted to be with her to the fullest capacity that I could. And I knew the importance of marriage to her. I could care less for marriage. It honestly means nothing but a crap of shit to me. For real. But I'm also a big believer in if something is important to your partner, regardless of how you feel about it, it should have some importance to you as well. Unless it's just something stupid and minuscule and minute that really isn't going to make a difference. Like, oh my gosh, my partner loves the color red. I should love color red too. No, not like that. When it comes to something like marriage, like my partner really sees the importance in marriage. But she loves me so much, she was willing to put that to the wayside. That's when I knew. When she was more than willing to say, you know what? I see your idea of marriage. I get it now. You've explained it to me and it makes sense. I'm fine with doing things how you want to do it.
Bro, I love you said that because the other day me and this girl was talking, I was like, here's why a lot of men don't, because we initiate marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we decide who gets married because we don't have both, right? And that's how it should be. And I was telling this girl, like, listen, the reason why, a lot of women are not being proposed to is because they're not willing to give up something for that. It's all about, well, what can he do? Is he take me as how I am? Is he going to take me as I am? Or nothing at all? Like, they don't compromise, they're not compromising, they're not sacrificing nothing at all. But your wife say, you know what? even though I love marriage, but I love you so much,
I'll sacrifice that.
Just to keep being with you. Most people don't do that.
Yeah, because so a lot of small things do make a big picture. But I always give people this example right here. The Mona Lisa was made with no eyebrows.
I never know that.
And she's still selling for millions, if not billions.
Yeah, that's facts.
A bunch of small squares do make a bigger picture. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, a small square is not going to hook up the whole album. Mm-hmm. If the Mona Lisa can get by with no eyebrows, we can get by with a bunch of other shit going but to the wayside with no problem.
Exactly.
So when I saw she was willing to sacrifice something that was at the pinnacle, at the top of her list of her spirituality, her religion, whatever, and say, you know what? As important as this is not going to change or manipulate or better what we have right now. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's real.
Fuck it for me?
Yeah, that's especially what you as a young woman.
Bro, I was in Costa Rica. I moved, so everyone knew I was going to propose to her. I think originally it was maybe sometime in December, late November, whatever. I was in Costa Rica, bro. Me and my wife. I was smoking a joint under a waterfall. And I had an epiphany. I had a real life epiphany, bro. This has probably happened to me maybe 3 times in my adult life. I'm sitting and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way in hell 12-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, even 25-year-old me thought he'd be standing here with his wife in Costa Rica, under a waterfall, smoking a joint, and really no fucking words. Really nothing serious that's rattling my brain. Really nothing that's, I get teary-eyed thinking about it, bro, because it's one of those situations where I knew right then and then, this is the life I really do want.
Yeah.
But it's not the life I ever saw for myself. And one of the main reasons why is because I got this woman by my side.
Damn, bro. Like,
right then and there, that same night, I text everyone, yo, the engagement's moving up. The engagement date is moving up. When I get back, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, bro. You see me. Yeah. Like, bro, it's moving up. It's time. No, I can't wait. Like that, bro. Real life epiphany, dog. Real life realization of, look at where the fuck you were. Look at where the fuck you could have been. Yeah. Look at where the fuck you at.
That's real, dog.
Real, bro.
Because overall, bro, we don't celebrate love enough.
Dog. And I'm one of those people, bro. I used to just be a lover of love. But now I'm truly in love with the person I'm with and the situation that we have created.
Bro, you have a very, I would say both y'all lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Because for sure.
You understand, bro, like, cause us being young dudes, though, like, marriage is becoming
taboo.
Yeah.
Taboo.
It's becoming a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Especially for our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's another reason I did it, bro. For my kids.
Yeah.
For real, bro. Like, so we got married at the courthouse. December 13th last year. One of the main reasons we decided to have a whole ceremony was because we want our kids to see that union, that covenant of marriage, the families coming together, the joining of 2 great powers, creating one entity, becoming one, really becoming a covenant of love. I tell people all the time, love and joy are the strongest vibrations, especially when it comes to affirming stuff and speaking things into existence. I tell people the reason why we're as successful as we are, we work on being positive. We work on working on ourselves before we come at each other. I had a conversation with her the other day, and it was simple but super meaningful, because it was one of those people look at us, and regardless if we like it or not, we are setting an example and a precedent. So when we have problems, turmoils, or coils, it's never a me versus you thing. It's you and I versus the problem. The main problem a lot of people have, people in general, it's not about having baggage. We all have baggage. And this is what I said to her, because we were speaking of another situation. Everyone has baggage. Everyone's carrying around something. Here's the difference between carrying around baggage and carrying around garbage. Baggage is the garbage that you sift through. You've gone through, you've worked through, you've taken those feelings out, those situations that made you think this way, those triggers, blah, blah, blah. Now you sift through that, now you have baggage. This is the stuff, the triggers, the things that can set you off, but you've grown enough, not just of age, but just maturity, being emotionally grown, spiritually grown, whatever have you, to where you recognize these triggers and know that they're triggers and not the person. So now this baggage is just, okay, so when you do this, it's not that I'm mad at you, it's just this situation brings me back to this area. So if I'm any type of way, it's not you, it is me. That's growth. That's you carrying around baggage and not garbage.
Facts.
A person carrying around garbage is a person that blames you and is mad at you for working too much, knowing damn well you got to work to pay the bills.
Yeah.
They're mad at you instead of just being mad at you having to work.
You know, you carry around
Baggage
and not garbage. A lot of folks like carry around garbage.
Or like the you was out too late. That's what my ex used to do. You must have been cheating. I'm sorry. I didn't know my name was your ex.
Yeah.
That's garbage. You're bringing garbage into our relationship.
Yeah.
Now it's different if you say, you stayed out a little late. I honestly don't like that. That's something that used to happen before. I don't think you're doing anything. But if you could stop doing that, that would help me better in this. That's baggage, not garbage.
Yeah.
When you can explain yourself to another individual and let them know that they're not the problem, it's just a given situation that's the problem, you can do a lot of shit.
Bro, you are so right, fam. Because a lot of time with arguments and relationships come from, like you said, past trauma. You know what I mean?
Garbage.
You know what I'm saying? Past garbage. Garbage. You're right. Because they might, like you said, right, the example of, you being out late or whatnot, they might just think like you're doing X, Y, and Z wrong, but no, they just think about their past garbage.
What they're used to.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's vice versa for the man. Let's say she's, on the phone texting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you might be like, oh,
Yeah. Or same thing with the man. If they've ever had a beautiful woman before and that beautiful woman still ended up cheating. Now every beautiful woman is a cheater.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's garbage. That's not facts. And like I always say, I don't do the opinions and the feelings when there's a disagreement or an argument, because that makes it muddy, that makes it dirty, that makes it complicated. Here's what happened. Here's how we feel about it. Here's how we move on. Anything in between that is garbage.
That's real life. That's I love that. So now you end up creating a child with her. When did that happen? After the marriage or before the marriage?
Before we got married last year, 2023, December 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2022 is when the child was born. Or was it
Yes. Because she turned a year old last year. So 2022. Yeah.
So it's a brand new baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by that time, your daughter was already what age?
Yeah, she'll be 9 this year. So she was 7.
So, and then when y'all met, what was her youngest child?
Same age. They're like 6 months apart.
7?
Yeah, they're like 6 months apart. So when Calliope turned 7, 3 months later, our second youngest turned 7. So they're 3-4 months apart.
Okay, so now you going to be now becoming a father again, but what's that? Baby, you know what I'm saying? Crying.
Yeah.
So how was that? Was it more like,
honestly, bro, I love kids. So it's super easy for me. I don't get frustrated like that. I have the utmost patience for women and children. I really do. It's just something that's just been in me since God knows when. So having the baby was just one of those, it's just another day.
Yeah.
For real. And I'm such a man's man. I made sure I worked enough to where I could take a week off. Yeah. But she could also take 6 months off. I was able to she could have that time with the baby. She could do everything. She could do all the imprinting and loving and caring things that she didn't get to do as much previously, because pretty much you could say almost after every kid, it was almost like right back to work, right back to doing this and that. You feel right back to the grind. Versus with me, nah, you good. Yeah. You can sit down. You can relax. Just like the last 2-3 months of your pregnancy. You can kick back. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to do as much. Mm-hmm. I can take on more, so you can take on less, so you can do more later. Mm-hmm. I always tell her, it's the way I'm structuring is, God forbid anything happens to me, you can step into whatever role you need to within minutes. You feel me? Like I didn't have the hard conversation even with our oldest. I told us it's coming to a point where I'm going to start handing you legal papers that you can start keeping in the folder. God forbid something happens to me and then something happens to your mom. Yeah. You're next in line to make sure that the family structure stays the same, if not better. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of the situations I got to make sure that they're even better off. God forbid I'm not here.
Yeah. And then we're having 7 kids in the house. Me too. You have any siblings?
I'm the youngest of 13.
Oh yeah, you told me that. But I mean, as in like grew up.
I did not. I grew up. I have a little sister that she grew up with me. I didn't grow up with her because she's younger. Because she's in her mid-20s. And I'll be 33 this year. Okay. So when she was a kid, I was already going into teenage adulthood. So you didn't really it was more so me guiding her and making sure she was all right. And when parents went around, I'm the parent. So that's why I say she grew up with me. I didn't really grow. I just moved with her. Yeah.
Okay. And then the older siblings from your dad's side, y'all never met?
We met. I know most of them. A lot of them now, we all hang out on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Officially met 4 or 5 of my siblings when I was like 18.
So yeah, you have to count. It's crazy.
Oh, I had to count. Make sure. Yeah. I had to make sure which ones I met. Yeah.
13 is a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad you guys, because sometimes too, man, when a father or mother have different kids,
it's secret beef.
Exactly.
It's just it's underlying beef. Exactly, like, you're the other family.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes too, the child might feel like, oh, the dad moved on and got married.
Right. Yeah.
And then so the kids end up beefing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And which is not right, because they didn't cause that. You know what I'm saying?
They have nothing to do with nothing. Yeah.
Right. So I always hate the fact when I see, because having siblings, bro, because I grew up with siblings, right? Bro, it's a beautiful thing, bro. Because you need somebody if things go wrong, bro.
Yeah. I mean, don't call me white girl, Demona. She says the funniest thing. You need somebody to plot against your parents with. you need someone to be mad with you when you're at your parents. Like that camaraderie. Because I think she grew up as an only child, and she's like, I used to just start fires and talk to my imaginary friend. I didn't have nobody be mad at me when mom used to hang me around. And I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying I did or didn't have that, but again, my little sister was so young.
You couldn't really.
Yeah, and then my older brother, he came from Haiti. He was already like in his 20s. Yeah. So it was like, we don't really have nothing to talk about. So it was just like, I didn't have that middle child syndrome, because again, I had a bunch of friends and mentors and whatever have you. But I didn't have that growing up with siblings mentality, especially younger. Nah.
One time I'll give props on, bro. You are a very well-spoken person, bro. Like, you very chill, bro. As a matter of fact, when I was on, when I say, I'm about to be interviewed, good words came about you. To my cool. Like, no lie, bro. Like, I just have to say, bro, I can tell you have a very good spirit, because folks talking highly of you and say, oh, you're gonna interview him. He's so cool, so dope. So, but learning more about you, I see why, because what you went through in life, man, you still kept at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't let nothing change.
Yeah.
A lot of people become like bitter, angry, mad at the world.
Yeah.
They don't let the past change their spirit. Why didn't you let that happen to you, though?
I don't know, bro. My wife tells me all the time that I'm built different, which I wholeheartedly believe that too. But at the same time, it's one of those where I can't let nothing keep me down. I can't let a minute situation become a major problem when I can control it. I'm super big on everybody who like knows me. I say this all the time. I set my life up like this on purpose. is to make sure I don't have to need anyone in my life, regardless of who that is. Wife, mother, father, any way, shape, or form. I don't need you around. I want you here. It's a comfortability. I'm content with you being around, whoever that may be. Kids involved in everything. Because I always say I can't be the best version of myself if I'm sacrificing the best version of myself to help whoever, however, whenever. Early on, this was my 11th birthday, when my mother got sick and she passed away and they had to bring her back. In that moment, I took it as this: no matter how much you love and care for something, someone, or whatever have you, it can and will be taken away from you. No matter what. That thought has stayed with me forever because it helps. It's a comforting realization to know that I'm going to do everything I can with everything I got, even though I know it's not going to be here one day. That's fine. Yeah. I'm still okay with knowing I put my best foot forward. I did everything I could, everything I had, and I have no regrets. Because listening to when Les Brown says, what if you're laying on your deathbed and all your regrets and all the things you could have and should have done are sitting around you, I don't want none of that. I'm not trying to lay on my deathbed like, damn, I should have. Ooh, if I could have. No, I'm pretty much, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Again, that's why I set my life up like this. I don't need anyone to do anything for me because 99% of the time, I could probably do it myself.
Okay. And then now, okay, you spoke on your mother, like she's okay now, she's good?
Yeah, she's good.
Let me make sure, right? So, as we wrap up, now, your daughter, because, I actually know how her kids will fit in all this. How did your daughter react meeting her? I'm just sure it's young.
But since she's one of those, inclusively eclairé. Yeah, like she's way too smart, bro. So it's one of those, I've been having adult conversations with my daughter probably since she was, and when I say adult conversations, I mean just being very honest, very raw, very straightforward. So it was one of those situations. Was it difficult for my daughter to get acclimated to this new family dynamic? Fuck yeah. She went from being a one-parent household, everything focused on her, just her and I taking trips, to now there's literally 5 other kids. It was not easy, but I'm going to say it wasn't easy, just like it wasn't easy with my only but oldest child. It wasn't particularly easy with her oldest children. So it wasn't, it was still balanced somehow. You get what I'm saying? It was still one of those situations, well, she's kind of like this. Like, well, they're kind of like that. Like, okay, well, some way, somehow we'll figure it out. It has to work because obviously it's being apart. Was it difficult? Yes, but anything worth having is. Are there still challenges between both of us? For sure. They're kids. They're kids. Yeah, they're kids. It's always going to be somebody's doing more of this or somebody's not doing enough of that. That's just family. Yeah. At the end, that's just family. So we make sure that they know as a whole, it's not normal to have a bunch of turmoil. It is normal to have small spurts and spats and not agree on this and come to terms on that. But this is our family. Whatever it may be, it's blended, we're together, we're happy, we're loving, we're caring, and that's what matters. Okay. As long as you have, I tell people all the time, it's TLC, trust, laughter, communication. That's what makes any and every relationship work. If you don't trust them, you're not going to be with them. If you can't laugh with them, you're not enjoying yourself. And if you can't communicate, there's no point in being together.
And then for your daughter, her being, I'm sure, like a daddy girl, does she get jealous that you give her more time to...
I wouldn't say it's a jealousy thing. It's more so of a, I don't know what the word is for, because jealousy is such a strong word. Yeah. I feel like jealousy is a very strong word. I want to say it might be discomforting. It might be, in some cases, it might be heart-wrenching when and I'm going to say this is for all the kids, when you're in trouble and the other kids aren't. You get what I'm saying? So at times you can feel alienated. But I feel like that's just in general, and then that's on us as parents to explain the given situations at hand, so that no, you're not being alienated, you're not being singled out. You fucked up. We're letting you know you fucked up, and here are the consequences. We taught them that consequences does not mean a bad thing. Consequences literally just a sequence of actions and things that happen after you did something, good or bad.
So with 7 kids, as a father, how do you manage your time to be active in all their lives? And because there's different ages, right? From 1-year-old to 20-something. You can't take them all out at the same time and say the same thing. Because they're different ages.
I mean, we do though. We do. Yeah, we do. I mean, we pack up that Durango and we hit the road, baby.
But sometimes though, because when you have like, cause you know how you and your sister was far apart, I couldn't really hang out together like that because of the age. So how do you do that then with all 7 kids?
So, I make time because they all do their own thing. So I'm always at someone's event, concert, game, whatever. Whenever those are, I don't care what I have to do. I always put that time aside. So there's that. Whether they're singing, playing an instrument, I'm always there. Everyone gets their own individual shouting moment, for sure. Another thing I've had to tell my wife, and she's had to come to terms with, I have to take them all on their own individual adventures and trips and stuff like that. Because all together, you don't get to see everyone's individual personality. You get to see their personalities when they're interacting with their siblings or other people. So, like I took my son to Chicago, I'm a Bulls fan, took him to a basketball game because he loves basketball. We were able to talk, we played in the snow. I got to know him a little bit better, to know certain things, little quirks and things about him. And he got to know me better. I plan on taking our 4th youngest, Andrea, to like an orchestra because she likes playing the violin and she also sings. You see what I'm saying? So little stuff like that, I try to do with them individually so they all get that individual time. Yeah. And even just little stuff at home, when I pull them to the side and ask them how they're doing, how's your day? I have a thing where I always ask them, how was your day? What you gonna say? What did you eat? Help them work on their memory, but also let them know I actually care about your day. Let you know what's going on. Because now I could honestly say last year, my 2nd youngest, Aaliyah, a lot of it she couldn't remember what she had for lunch. To now she remembers what she has for lunch every day. I ask her every day, and it's building this memory bank of why I should remember what I eat during the day. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, bro, I love that. That's like a great gem just dropped for a lot of parents.
Build
that your kids' memory by asking, hey, how was school?
What'd you learn? Say stuff like that. My son, we get individual time every morning because I drop him off and it's just him to middle school. So we pray in the morning before we leave the driveway. I have the same affirmation for all my kids. You're smart, you're beautiful, you're a leader. Helping hands and listening ears. Be good, be good, be good. Every morning they get the same thing. They get a prayer before we leave the driveway. When we get to school, before they get out the car, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're a leader. Helping hands and listening ears. Be good, be good, be good.
Yeah. And doing that, even though you might not see them apply what you're saying, but it's going to the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
When that time comes, it's gonna come like,
I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm a leader. Yeah. Every time, bro. Them affirmations really do make a big difference. It does. Because when you know this and you believe it, because I tell people all the time, we know a lot of things, but how much stuff do we believe? Facts. Because you can tell a person the sky is blue. It's a fact. They know it is. But if they believe it's red, orange, or green, how are you going to change their beliefs?
Exactly. I think, and saying that to your kids every day count. Even for me and my daughter, there are 2 things I tell my daughter every single day. I love you, and I'll always be here for you.
Yep.
Even if she's only 2 years old, she feels safe. So even like they just say, for whatever reason, I don't see her, for the whole week or so, because somebody get mad at me. When people start not listening to my kid. Once I get my daughter back, Daddy, it's always love.
My wife told me, it's funny, she said this last night. She said, every time you come home, it's always screaming, yelling, you're doing great. I see sometimes I have to remind you that you're not trying, you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you know me, sometimes I just like, you know, I'm doing what I gotta do, you know. I'm just here. You know, I'm not being super honest about like that's how I really feel like, yeah, I'm just here. It's just one of those, you know, like I'm a man, man. I don't need to boast about it. I'm just doing what I gotta do as a man. Like I tell my oldest daughter all the time, like that she's like, you know, thanks for all this, that, you know, I know you're here from like, this is part of the job.
Yeah, but see, but I'm glad your wife do say that because you got it as a father, bro. That's the thing. That's the problem, though. We don't get celebrated or reminded, like, bro.
I'm so used to downplaying stuff because it's just me. This is what I do. This is my life. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna do more or whatever. So to have someone next to you and letting you know, nah, babe, hold on, sit back.
Yeah.
Look, you got us this house.
Yeah.
We drive nice cars. Our kids are happy. Like they come home, they scream for you every day. And like she always says, like when I come home, the baby doesn't come scream for me like that. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. I hear what you're saying. I appreciate it more than anything. Yeah. Cause that's giving confirmation I'm doing what I need to do when I need to do it.
Sometimes, bro, everyone needs to hear, hey, great job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't hear that, you only hear the negative side.
Everyone needs gratification. Everyone needs praise. It's just one of those. I tell people this. When I read that I was created or made in His image, I engulfed that and ate it up to its fullest extent. He wants to be praised, honored, not lied to. Mm-hmm. He wants to be the one and only, which is what every human being wants. Mm-hmm. Every human being wants to be the one and only. Mm-hmm. Every human being wants to be honest to them. Mm-hmm. Every human being wants to be praised and honored and supported in some way, shape, or form. He's not asking nothing crazy of you. No. He's asking exactly what you would ask of someone else.
Facts, bro. Facts, right? So now, with 7 kids, how do you and your wife make time for each other?
We're super. So when I come home at night, we're always because we don't have a bunch of drama in our life. We always say we don't have a bunch of drama in our life, so we watch drama on TV. So we watch the Love and Hip Hops, the ridiculousnesses or whatever, and we talk shit about that.
Yeah.
We talk about our days. Like at night is our time for at least an hour, no matter how late I come home, because she always makes me dinner every night I come home. So at least for an hour, we're talking. I don't work on Sundays, so Sundays are my family days, period. Whether that be hanging out with her for a couple hours during the day, taking the kids to the park, and us chilling at night. We pretty much hang out in some way, shape, or form every day. If I get 30 minutes to an hour break during the day, I usually try to see if she's home or not. I'll go home, we'll smoke real quick, chill, talk some shit, and I'm like, babe, I gotta go. That's like, fine. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But I intentionally try to put that time aside. I'm super focused and laser focused and knowing, yes, I have to work, but my home life has to be good too, because this is what I have to go back to every day. Mm-hmm. And this is what I have to wake up to every morning. Mm-hmm. So if my home life isn't okay, I'm probably not gonna be making as much money as I should be making. Mm-hmm. Straight up, bro. Like if my kids ain't happy, my wife isn't content, and my dogs ain't cool, I'm probably, because now I'm on edge. Now I'm thinking about what I should have, could have, or you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's more in a situation, now this is making this shift versus this being smooth. Now this is smooth. Mm-hmm. Now everything else is going along with it. Because I tell her about how you do one thing is how you do everything. Mm-hmm. Remember the first part what I said is when I learned how Tucson said his soldiers can't be cheaters, but if you ain't low at home, how you gonna be low on the field? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So I'm a big believer. I have to be a great father in order to be a great husband, in order to be a great entrepreneur, in order to be a great human.
Right. And then so how's the family, like her side of the family, your side of the family, you guys get along?
Yeah, it's one of those situations, bro. We are truly a blended family. It really goes super well together. My siblings love her siblings love me, our parents love each one another. So it's just like, it works. It really does work. Yeah, man.
I'm all for love, y'all. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. On the marriage. Congrats on being a great father.
I appreciate that.
Like I said, overall, that's what I want this podcast to be about, like showing greatness.
Yeah.
Especially black greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't see it enough.
Exactly,
We
right?
don't see it enough.
It's one thing to be a great father, but to be a great husband as well.
Yeah.
It's because to me, bro, you hit all the key points. Great father, great stepdad, you're a real dad.
Yeah.
And a great husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Those you don't see a lot, or they out there, but they're not showcased a lot.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Because something I hate hearing on both ends of the spectrum, men, women, otherwise. Women don't want to follow. Men don't know how to lead, and it's a two-way street. It's like you want to be led, you have to want to be led.
Exactly.
But to lead, you have to be. This is the best way I've always put it. To be a great leader, to truly be a king, you have to be grooming those behind you and under you to be ready to take your place and do better. And that is the definition of a leader. That is the definition of a king. All the kings that didn't do that failed and their empires died because they didn't want their son or whoever to be greater than them, because they couldn't have their wives or counsel be. You need all that. All of that has to be even better than you. So when you're gone, the empire grows. Yeah. The legacy is impeccable and impenetrable. Look at all these older celebrities who are now in shit. You built a dynasty. You built a legacy. You built a foundation to support generations to now be tainted by not small things, but things that could have been avoided. Things that either shouldn't have been done or should have never even been done in a place where it could have been brought to light. You see what I'm saying? So anything I do in the background, in the dark, I have to remember in the back of my mind, this may have repercussions on generations to come from the people behind me and the people that are under me. And not under me in the sense I'm stepping on them. They're just not at the same level as me right now. So who am I as a man, as a leader, as a king, to not support the people around me, under me, behind me, if I'm truly trying to build something? Again, my foundation has to be able to support generations.
Yeah, man. Okay. I love that, man. So as we wrap up, man, let me ask you one question. As a man, as a father, what do you need help with?
As a man and as a father, what do I need help with? I'm going to say this in a general sense. As a man, as a father, I feel like what we all need more than anything else is to be the ability to be transparent and not be judged.
I love that.
On it.
But for you,
same thing.
What do you need help with? What do you need?
Me personally, again, I'm an enigma, bro. I'm one of those things where if I needed help with it, I find a way to solve it myself. If I needed a counseling session of something that I have been through or about to go through, I tend to be able to look within myself for those answers. And when I can't though, thank God I got a wife.
Okay. So her being here supports you if you can't.
The consistent and constant support is not something that I don't have. It is something that I have and will always continue to need.
That's good, man. Because a lot of times I feel like a lot of fathers and men, we don't get asked, hey, what do you need?
Yeah.
We always give.
Yeah.
So I always ask like fathers a lot of this one simple question, hey, what do you need?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to answer.
What I need is what I have now.
Because even for you, when I ask what do you need, you still brought it to within yourself. You give your own needs.
Yeah, because it's
this is like saying, hey, I need this, I need that. As like I want someone to, you know what I'm saying? But it's going back to you.
How I'm going to give to others.
Exactly. Yeah. That's Bro, I would like you to really think deeper later on. You don't have to. Because I want men to start.
But honestly, this is something I think about all the time.
Huh?
Being the type of person I am, this is something I think about all the time. That's why I said there's nothing. Again, remember I said I set my life up like this on purpose. Yeah. I set my life up like this on purpose. So there's nothing physically. I'll say this: if there's anything I need, me personally, is to be able to have more moments of clarity.
Break that down. As clarity of what though?
Just period. When men in general, not all, not most, just some men in general, when our judgment is clouded and things are not clear, we tend to fuck up.
Oh, facts. That's like the biggest downfall.
We tend to fuck up.
Yeah.
So if there's anything I would say I need, it would be to have the ability to have more clarity in foggy moments.
And then how would you obtain that?
I don't know. I guess that's another thing we figure out.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's another thing we figure out. You know, like we don't know why the clouds go apart and show us the sun. So yeah.
That's real, man. That's
Yeah.
real. Bro. Great podcast, great episode, great person, man. I mean, before we wrap up, man, like, tell them, how to find you, how to follow you.
Clermond, Clermond. That's pretty much on my social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can check out some of my companies, Callus Cleaning Service, Timeless Tickles, Yaman Enterprises, Mama's Peakley's. We have a slew of companies. Honestly, y'all want to get in contact with me, please do. I'm always here, always want to give advice, always want to support men and women any way, shape, or form that I can.
Right. Overall, everybody, listen, I'm glad y'all stopped by and watched this episode. Share it, promote it, spread the word. Overall, follow us at Menbuse, ORG. Go to www.menbuse.org to support, donate, and let's make a whole world where kids are raised with fathers. Right? That's the main point of our nonprofit. So support, share. Let's go. My name is B the CEO, A.K. Benson Lair, and just watch B.O.K, Brotherhood of Kings.
Look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice.